Good morning, friends. It's another gray, rainy Sunday morning here, so I'm not all the way over at the beach, but close, and I'm trying to stay out of the rain and lightning. But once again, it feels kind of appropriate for today's topic, which is, when it's hard to be grateful. When the sun is shining and there's a perfect sunrise and the weather is just right, and all things are going well, it's pretty easy to be grateful. But when things can go sideways on us, it's much harder. And certainly the last couple of years, and each of us in our personal experiences has had something, if not many things, go sideways, go wrong. And I think that's the tendency, is to label it as bad, and that's because that's how it feels. It feels bad when things don't go as we plan, and it makes it difficult, and I get real frustrated with when I hear folks just say, oh, just change your attitude to gratitude, or look for the silver lining, or sort of these cliche, overly positive, optimistic, almost like a foolish optimism is what it feels like, or oversimplified. And life is never like that, in my experience anyway. It's always a mixture. But one of the things I'm learning myself and trying to lean into is finding ways to be grateful for the hard things too. That fear and anxiety are teachers, are things that are pointing me towards transformation, instead of just labeling them as bad feelings that I wish wouldn't happen. Are there ways for me to embrace them and see them as new awarenesses, as things that are pointing me towards where I can grow? It does not give me that big old smiley optimism that thinks nothing is wrong and everything will just be fine. But it does give me some comfort to think of my pain more like labor pains that are bringing me something new. The goal isn't to escape the pain. The goal isn't to ignore the suffering or not feel the sad or the anxious or the angry. The goal instead is to acknowledge those as part of humanity, what it means to be fully human, and allow them to point me towards the next version of me. I know we all kind of want some easy answer, some magic pill and everything will just be fine and we'll all feel okay all the time. Not to downplay the value of appropriate medication for the ailments in your life. There's a space for that. But there's also just the reality of having to go through life. And not all of it is easy. And, I think unfortunately many of us have been told a lie most of our lives, that if we just did the right things, got the right education, got the right job, paid our bills well, were responsible, that everything would just turn out fine. And there's a part of that that's true. But there's also a piece that doesn't just make everything perfect. We don't just get to be happy all the time because we played by the right rules. So if you're having any of those sort of cloudy day feelings, where things aren't going like you thought and you're finding it challenging to be grateful, I encourage you to think of the hard things as your teachers, as the seeds of wisdom, as the places that are pointing you towards growth and the next version of yourself. And don't hear that as lacking empathy or compassion, or a suck it up kind of mentality, because it doesn't mitigate or eliminate the fact that it's hard to grow. It's very hard. It'd be much easier just to stay exactly where you are and never overcome anything. But if you're feeling called into the next version of yourself, expect there to be some hardship with it, but know that it's pointing you towards something else. It's my hope and my prayer for you is that today, the things that are hard or sad or mad or scary will still be that, but will also be teachers and signage that points us towards our becoming. Wish you love and luck and light on this cloudy day, or maybe it's beautiful wherever you're watching from, and I hope that it is, and that you can have a new sense of peace and calm, whatever the external world is producing today. Grace and peace, friends.